pleasure doing business. Sanctuary is not about the hunchback of Notre Dame being locked in the bell tower or seeking sanctuary in a church. No, it is the latest from Neon Studios and director Zachary Wiggin, who did The Heart Machine, and was written by Micah Bloomberg, who did Homecoming, a television series I heard a lot of good things about. I should check that out, and also a movie called Creative Control. And it stars Christopher Abbott as Hal, not Hal 9000. Afraid I can't do that, Dave. The risk would be unacceptable. I'm not Dave, I'm Homer. Gotta go. And he is a rich man, na 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 na, and he wonders what he would do if he had the money in the world. Okay, I screwed that up, but nevertheless, his dad was a successful entrepreneur, as it were, and he owns a lot of hotels. The son has inherited that, and Hal owns a lot of hotels, and basically is taking over his father's company after his father's untimely death. Also, Hal is into some freaky deaky shit. That Rebecca, played by Margaret Qualley, who is the daughter of Andie MacDowell, and by Christ you can tell, and I mean that with respect, because Andie MacDowell, I still would, and you still would too. You can tell she's her daughter. You absolutely can tell. I mean, from the very beginning, but especially when you see her natural hair color. Holy goddamn shit. She does a particular, or provides a particular type of service. She's a dominatrix, and they have had various sessions. Well, these sessions are going to come to an end, according to Hal, because he's going to be the CEO of this company, and he's not sure this is really a good look. And let's just say from there, things get really fucked up and weird. And are they playing a game? Is something serious happening? What's actually going on? Who is the real villain? Who is the real hero? Everybody's fucked up. And it's just centered around two people. It's also really goddamn good. Neon Studios knocked it out of the goddamn park. I heard a lot of stuff about this. It was in theaters. I didn't have a chance to go see it, because unfortunately it wasn't playing anywhere in my area. I didn't have enough time to devote, like a few hours round trip basically to go to a theater. Like, drive, watch it, and then drive back. And trust me, in Western Washington, traffic is absolutely a goddamn slog sometimes, even if you really want to see something. Unfortunately, theaters in this area, Marysville, Everett, or Linwood, don't generally play stuff like this except on, at a few showtimes. So, decided to wait for streaming. Glad I did. Also really glad I took the risk and decided to plunge deep into this, ironically, given the subject matter, because Christopher Abbott and Margaret Qualley, tremendous performances. Absolutely 10 out of 10 shit. This was great. This was absolutely great. I can understand some people not liking this, but centered around two particular people that are playing a game, a devilish game, trying to one-up each other. It's just great. A great series of dialogue pieces. There's one particular part where Margaret plays a certain role, or Rebecca plays a certain role, and just absolutely is great. I thought we were going to go supernatural at first. We didn't go supernatural, but it was just mind-bending and crazy, and the fact that it was centered in one fucking room and a hallway, because there are a few points where they go out of the hotel room, but just into the hallway. It's just great. And one, it was able to be, the budget was, I imagine, somewhat low, but it was well filmed, well worked. The performances are great. It was obvious that everybody had flaws and just so much great shit to it. I highly fucking recommend that you guys watch it. Sanctuary is fucking phenomenal. Absolutely goddamn phenomenal. There were a few dizzying camera shots at first where they flipped stuff upside down, and because I've had a head trauma and sometimes I suffer from a form of vertigo, I'm like, ooh, blah, blah, blah. But it was good stuff. In fact, great stuff. So, yeah, from the very beginning, I could tell that I was in the hands of a director that knew what the fuck they were doing, two actors that knew what the fuck they were doing, and a writer that understood the subject matter. And again, 10 out of fucking 10. I already did do my 10 best movies of 2023 so far. Had I known that this was out on streaming, I would have waited and seen, because this would absolutely be in the top 10. If it's not in the top 10 by the end of the year, when I've seen a whole bunch of other stuff, the 137th movie that I've seen released this year so far, if it's not in the top 10, then this might actually turn out to be a banner rest of the year for movies. Really, really good shit. Great performance. Margaret Qualley just is fucking great. She's captivating. She's gorgeous, just like her mother. I see her having a very bright, continuation in Hollywood. I know she's been in other stuff before. She was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I totally fucking forgot about. She was great in that too. That's a movie I need to revisit at some point. Watch that with my best friend Chris, aka the Terminator. Hope he's doing well. Sanctuary, 100% recommend. I am going to get into spoilers. Spoilers will not take very long, by the way, just so you know, but it's definitely something you need to check out. Neon Studios. It's A24, Neon Studios. They're basically 1 and 1A. You put their names on the marquee, I will 100% watch it. So anyway, let's get into spoilers. 3, 2, 1, and spoilers. So it turns out that Hal has some issues with, dealing with his dad's death, and also he needs to feel humiliated. That's where the dominatrix stuff comes in. And boy, she plays a really nice one. She has the blonde wig to be a businesswoman and do all this stuff and talk about various factoids, doing a job interview, losing his virginity at 25. Guilty. Just saying that right there. I don't have a problem admitting that goddamn shit. Nobody should have a problem admitting that shit or dealing with it. You don't have to deal with it. Everybody, things happen when they happen. So anyway, just her being controlling and, domineering over him, the whole thing. Point of a dominatrix, it was good stuff. His dad was a famous rich man, and he passed away. Hal feels loss and guilt. She looks great as a blonde or brunette, but really looks so much like her mother when she has that naturally curly, that crimped hair. Really does look exactly like her mother. And I mean that with respect. So this is the last session. Then she decides, I'm going to blackmail him. I'm a person who wins. She says, I really don't want to let this go and everything. So how about instead of giving me this watch, he gave her a watch, a 32 grand watch. His net worth is 185 million. So how about she gets half of the first year of his salary plus half of the bonus, which would be around $6 million. Or she'll tell everybody. She'll tell everybody on the board. She'll shout it from the rooftops. And then a game of cat and mouse develops. She has a camera in the room, she says, and he tears the room apart looking for it. She's enjoying this. So is he, because he's getting hard over it because he's weird. And she did say at one point, I do think you're a harmless bitch. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can't have a dominatrix say something like that to you, you are doing this wrong. Which I don't speak from experience. At least not my personal experience, but based on certain people that I used to know in my life. You're not far fucking off. So anyway, she's just enjoying this. I noted that she is very hot because she is. And she really, ramps up the stuff. She could leave, but she decides to come back. Like, no, I really want this stuff and everything. She gets on top of him. There's this no touching policy thing. She gets on top of him, pulls his dick out, basically says, I have an app that tells me when I'm ovulating, so you're going to fuck me, impregnate me, and then you're going to pay me. We're going to take care of the kid and stuff like that. And then it turns out that actually she can't get pregnant. It's great shit. It's great shit. She says set up 2 accounts in the Caymans or wherever to evade taxes, and that'll take care of it. And yeah, she has a condition where she can't have kids. She basically just continues to play with him and play with him and play with him because never mind with that. Hal says, you could do this again and again. What's going to stop you? Don't worry, it's fine. She got a call from a guy named Alexander that you assume is another client. No, it's actually her fiance that she left him, ghosted her fiance, quit her dominatrix job because she feels like it would be disloyal to Hal because not just money, but also the fact that she has grown attached to him. I emphasize the money part because I think the money part was a big factor in it, but also I think that Hal was looking just for somebody to be attached to. Then he plays a game, and he starts threatening her, ties her up to the bedpost and all that, and is threatening her with the knife like she threatened him with the knife earlier. And then she starts channeling his dad and breaks him down more and more and more. And then she wakes up in the bathroom and she's all confused. It turns out she actually did have a video on her cell phone, by the way. She deletes the video. They're going to just go off and do whatever. And then he decides, hey, wait a second, in the elevator, Why don't I make you the CEO? I don't really want to do this. I could just be your slave at home. No, really, that's actually what he says, basically. And she's like, you would be my slave. You would do this. Yeah, sure. You could run the company. You're, smart. What do you tell your mother? Well, this is Rebecca. We're in love, and she's in charge now. And then kiss, and then end credits. Great shit. Great shit. Rebecca Qualley, Christopher Abbott, great stuff. I look forward to more stuff from Zachary Wiggin. Michael Bloomberg, great writing, really great stuff. I could see people not liking this, but you know what? I fucking had a goddamn teetotal blast watching it. A+, goddamn A+. Again, 10 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.